Hi my good people, my name is Lucy for those who are new here, and welcome to the family. Yes, and on today's video we're just going to dive into the cost of living in South Sudan, and yeah, let's see how things are done here. So well, my first on the list is internet. So I find internet very expensive, and the network keeps on buffering. You don't have a stable, like, I don't know, it's just my experience. It's buffering and it's not stable, and it's expensive. Yep. And also the network provider here is MTN. We also have Airtel, but I don't have Airtel line. I'm on MTN, and that's what I'm using. And also they also have the Wi-Fi thing, like the Safaricom ones. They also have it here. But there are some places the network is not good. Yes, like in the interior areas the network is not good, and even the internet won't work if you come from the very remote areas. It won't work because it won't work because of I don't know whether I just don't know, it won't work. So, but I live in the town, I live in Juba town, but the internet keeps on buffering and it's expensive. So like I said in my previous videos, housing is very expensive. It's a whole process on its own. Unlike the way we do it in Kenya, housing here, it's not the way we do monthly. Like in Kenya, we do monthly payment, and you pay a deposit of the rent, like 2 months deposit or 1 month deposit. So if let's say you want to rent a house in Kenya, you pay for the current month you're in, and for you pay 3 months rent when you're getting a house in Kenya. 3 months rent, the current rent, and 2 months. I hope that makes sense. But it doesn't mean that you won't pay for the next month. You will pay, but that's just a deposit. So here, the way they do it in South Sudan, they do 6 months and 1 year upfront rent payment of 6 months and 1 year, depending on how the owner wants it. 6 months or 1 year. And for you to get a proper house, it has to, the price range for proper housing in South Sudan ranges from $250 and above. I wouldn't say you will get a proper house for $100 and below. That one I won't promise you, because it depends with what you really want. But for a proper housing, starts from 250 to 300 and above. So I hope that gives you a hint of how things are done here in South Sudan. And for me, I think that, and generally housing here is very expensive, and the way they build their houses are bungalows. We do have flats here for rentals, but most of the houses are bungalows. Yeah. So apart from houses being crazy priced, there are places you can get good houses. That's in Tongping area. We have Udele, we have Rockcity, and within Rockcity, the thing I love about Rockcity is that you are able to have a mountain view. It's really a nice place. There's the town, within the town area, like the heart of the town. It's called, hey, I don't know if I'm getting it right. It's called not Malaika, Malakai or something. I'll try to link the correct word. So those are just few places I've mentioned, but there are also other places that I'll try to get the names. So these are the places that I'm more familiar with, and there's also, apart from the ones I've mentioned, there's also, I've forgotten, I'll link it. So when you come to South Sudan, don't get worried, especially if you're a Kenyan. We have M-Pesas here. There are M-Pesas for money transfers, and their exchange rates are not all that crazy, depending on how much a dollar is. So if you want to send money, you can easily access M-Pesas in, like we have in Muniki, we have in Tongping. There are a lot of M-Pesas. We have it in town. We have, like, there's a place called City Mall where most of money exchange bureaus are, and they also have individuals who have or who own M-Pesas. So when you're here, you can still send money home and and get your things moving, or your parents can be able to get money. So something interesting about the public transport, like in Kenya we have matatus, they have music, they're decorated and stuff. Here we do not have similar transport system like Kenya, and also like the way we have they're called what? Is it the metros? Like zile basi za kufanana, huku hakuna. Huku ni just the Nissans, most of them are Nissans. And so at the beginning, the first few months that when we came here, we didn't know where matatus were. Like, there are matatus, but they're not the same matatus that we have in Kenya. Kenya is so unique. Yeah, they're so unique. We have matatus here, and for you to like the places to board them, there's like in Muniki, you can get matatus to go to town, and you can get them, and in different stopovers you can board a matatu or taxi. There's also taxi. The matatus here are not called matatus, they're just public transport. Yes, just a correction. They're not called matatus, they're public transport. And for you to board them, you can, from like, for instance, when you're in Muniki to, like, you can use 200 shillings. That's like, how much, Kenyan Bob? Let's see, how much is that? So 200 is like 50 bob. Yeah, 50 bob Kenyan shillings to go to Tao. Apart from the public transport, we also have the boda bodas. Like in one of my videos, you saw me using a boda boda. Depending on where you're going, the price range starts from 300 to 1,000 bob. Yeah. And we also have the taxis. Yeah, normal taxis we have in Kenya. So most people, not really most people, like depending on if you are able to hire a taxi for your movement around, sawa, but the price range from 6,000. Let's see, 6,000. How much is that Kenyan shillings? 1,500 Kenyan shillings. Let's say you're in, depending on where you are, I don't know, but that is just one way. From wherever you want to go, from whatever point you're being picked at to picking and dropping, that's 1,500. So, but if you have a car of your own, better, you can use that. Fuel is also not, the price has gone up as I speak. The price has gone up, and something else is that we didn't have shortage of oil, of fuel, like the way we did, like the way it happened in Kenya. Only the prices just went up. There was no shortage at these guys didn't hoard. They didn't hoard oil. They didn't hoard fuel like the way it happened in Kenya, and that was really crazy. So prices just went up, and I think it affected most countries. Yeah. So that's it. Thing about it is that, you know, the way in Kenya when you're about to alight from the Matatu, you usually bang. Yay! Like you bang so that it alerts the driver that you're dropping from the next stopover. Here, you don't do that. If you do that, hata driver ata assume to, like maybe unimsitu anagonga gari. There's a way they do it. You do this. Yeah, that's what you do. Then, because I think there's a time I banged the then in the like nearly banged because I was alighting in the next stopover, and guys laughed at me. So the guys who were seated behind me did this, and then they were speaking in Arabic, and then because I think they knew, they like kinda, when I banged and they laughed, they actually knew I was a foreigner and I didn't know how things are done. So he actually did this, and the next thing I realized is the guy stopped. So that's how they do their things. Yeah, and it was really interesting and funny at the same time. And you actually don't even tell him, Ati, driver, please drop me off there. You either just do a sign, or if he has a conductor. But then most of the time, not all ninis, all like the ones I've used, they don't have conductors. The guys who pick money is that they don't have. So sasa zile unashuka, when you're alighting, you give the driver money. That's what they do. So it's a bit different, it's a bit interesting also, just to see how people do things differently. And well, I'm still learning the way of their style of doing things here. And if we'll see, we can still have a part 2 of this video. Let's see how it goes. Bye bye.